Imagine, if you will, a reality where you don't procrastinate, you don't play games, you don't waste time, where the thing that you want, you go after it immediately. You don't spend your entire weekend watching sports, nonsensical movies, going out with your friends to the bars, smoking, and you actually work on yourself. That reality can happen right now. Welcome everyone, we are live. Happy Sunday, hope all is well. Let's go into it. As you can see, part 3 of Think and Grow Rich with my boy Napoleon Hill. We're going to continue going into this. For those following along in the book, in this book, the version that I told you that I have is Think and Grow Rich. And we're going deeper into it. And we are now on page 135, chapter 7, organized planning. Because you cannot execute what you want to execute on if you're not organized. If you don't know what you're doing, you're all over the place. You're doing multiple things when you should be focused on one thing that you can master, and let everybody else do other things. For example, when it comes to me as the professor, digital, let's just talk about that. Use that example, right? I can't edit videos. Somebody does it for me. This graphic you see behind me, no way on God's green earth I know how to do that. I got a guy. His name is Ian. Pay him. He does this. I don't need to have a graphics design degree or graphics design classes. My money paid for him to execute on that. What else? The people that reply to the DMs, somebody's doing that. People that reply to YouTube comments, somebody's doing that. People are paid to do these things so I can be organized and focused to do one thing and one thing only when I'm with you, is to teach you and be live and present with you without trying to figure out the million things that go on behind the scenes that you see. So let's jump right into it. Organized Planning, chapter 7, page 134 in this version of the book. You have learned that everything man creates or acquires begins in the form of desire. We talked about that on part 2. That desire is taken on the first lap of its journey, from the abstract to the concrete, into the workshop of the imagination, where plans for its transitions are created and organized. Again, continuing from part 2. This is what desire. You can't be organized. What are you going to organize if you don't know what you're organizing for? For you to be able to get the thing that you want, you have to know what that thing is. Keep that in mind. One of the steps is the formation of a definitive, practical plan or plans through which this transformation may be made. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about some of the things that you should do to be more organized. Ally yourself with a group of as many people as you may need for the creation and carrying out of your plan or plans for the accumulation of money, making use of the mentorship principle described in a later chapter that we talked about. This is the beauty of mentorship and having a group of individuals that you can come to for help, for support. For example, I am one person alone, and when I teach my 3-day mentorship class in Puerto Rico or Thailand, Costa Rica, New York 5-day live trading, whichever one it is. It's me there. I'm teaching, I'm breaking it down. After you take the mentorship, you get dropped into a group chat with all the mentorship students. By the way, it's free. You don't have to pay for it. All the mentorship students are in there, and guess what? They all exchange ideas, work together, execute on a whole bunch of things together. Keep that in mind. That is a beautiful thing that they have access to together at all times. How powerful is that just by itself? A group, again, of individuals that come together for the betterment of each other, bouncing ideas off each other, helping each other. Think about that. Before forming your master mentorship alliance, by the way, he uses the word mastermind. I don't like that word, so I changed it to mentorship alliance. Decide what advantages and benefits you may offer the individual members of your group. Once you're in there, and by the way, Tony Flowers, if you're watching, Flores, from what month did he take? January 2024. I'm talking to you right now. Remember in class how I said you're a newbie, you don't know much, you're starting off. And the best way to learn is by helping other people. So if you get into a concept, help the other ones that are struggling so you can master it better. And I told them to start doing private Zooms where you can help each other out. For example, we could use Junior. One of my mentorship students who's been killing it, who basically has been to the mentorship, I think 11, 12, 13, I've lost count at this point. He does private Zoom live trading with whoever wants to join, but you got to be a mentorship student. And he guides them and he helps them. That is the power of having a mentorship group. Being with, by the way, this is in the book. It ain't me talking. It's just chapter 7 in the book. Just so we're clear if you're watching this. I agree. That's why the groups are there. Arrange to meet with the members of your mastermind mentorship group at least twice a week, and more often if possible, until you have jointly perfected the necessary plan or plans for the accumulation of money. I guess this live might just be me talking to my future mentorship students or my current mentorship students. That's what it seems like Napoleon Hill is talking about here. And you know, I tell you guys, and that's the beauty of the Zooms. Well, not even the Zooms that you guys do privately for yourselves. Just me when I go live Tuesdays and Fridays. That's us meeting virtually when I go live every Tuesday and Friday, and now live number 3 on a Sunday. That's the beauty of it right there. I'm there telling you what to do, guiding you, being your biggest supporter. Keep going. Maintain perfect harmony between yourself and every member of your mentorship group. If you fail to carry out this instruction to the letter, you may expect to meet with failure. The mentorship principle cannot obtain where perfect harmony does not prevail. That is beautiful. You have to be vested fully into that group of people that are all there for one purpose, becoming a consistent trader. That is the benefit of that group. And the beauty of it is it's separate from those discords, the signal chats where you got weirdos and people that pay such a little amount to join such a big group. And then some of them just turn out to be viruses and they mess up the group for the rest of them. You know what I'm talking about. But the beauty of my mentorship groups are they're small groups within the graduating class, small, and they all work together for a common goal, and the best of human beings, the best of the best. It's a beautiful thing. In the 4 years I've been doing this, only one person had to ever be removed because she just went a little psychotic on me and she had to be removed. And that's it. Out of 4 years, one. That's a beautiful thing. Let's keep going. You must have the advantage of the experience, education, native ability, imagination of other minds. This is in harmony with the methods followed by every person who has accumulated a great fortune. Again, all this is it's crazy. Shout out to Napoleon Hill. Perfectly explaining the mentorship principle, the mentorship group of people working together. And if you want me to go deeper into it, what I'm building with the campus, where all these students come together and the only people allowed on campus are people that are of my mentorship classes, of my mentorship students. That is the beauty of it. They won't have to pay the prices as the prices go up year to year to year of my classes. For those that are going to say how to sign up, bro, all the information is coming at the bottom. That's why we have this. So you guys don't have to flood the comments and the DMs, and my team doesn't have to answer repetitive questions. Everything is down there, daytradeprofessor.com, and it's flowing at the bottom how to sign up and what to do if you're serious. No individual has sufficient experience, education, native ability, and knowledge to ensure the accumulation of a great fortune without the cooperation of other people. Every plan you adopt in your endeavor to accumulate wealth should be the joint creation of yourself, and every other member of your master mentorship group. You may originate your own plans, either in whole or in part, but see that those plans are checked and approved by the members of your mentorship alliance. Here's the beautiful part. Mentorship students, you know this. You guys would make levels like we do in the mentorship. We make our own levels, and I help you and I test you and we go over it, we check them. You guys, and you know I've told you this, within your own group, you guys check each other's, you make them, you check each other's and see who's getting close. And that is another beautiful part. You're all on the same journey. And I'll stop talking about my mentorship for a second. Trading community in general, we're all on the same journey to be consistent. We are not taking money from one another. We want to help grow. There's so much toxicity in the trading community. It's wild. Influential trader attacking another influential trader. It's non-stop. The beauty of me following 10 people, and they're the really good 10 human beings. Not all of them are traders. Bradley's not a trader. Myron Golden is a trader, actually. He trades options, but he doesn't publicly talk about it. And everybody else is basically a trader, right? Excuse me. And the thing is, we is in the trading community. Oh, the logo always has to be on frame. The logo always has to be on frame. The thing in the trading community is there's so much toxicity for what? Oh, this strategy doesn't work. This strategy works. My mentor is better than yours. When people ask me, why are you so aggressive with the block button? This is why. My mentorship students from the past, if you're watching, current and past, now you wonder why I am the way I am. I can't have these weirdos come and infect the group, infect our beautiful synchronized class structure that I've created over the years. I can't have these weirdos come and infect it. That's why your prices go up year to year. It'll get to a price point one day, excuse me, where a weirdo, these mentally unstable people that go crazy in the comments on other influential people, I just block them. I don't conversate with these people. Block, delete, wipe them out. I don't care. That's the protocol for the people that work for me. Block, delete. What I need you to understand is this. As price goes up year to year of my book, eventually when the 6 comes out, and the mentorship for New York, Puerto Rico, all that stuff goes up, it's to get the weirdos, crackheads, the mentally unstable, which are broke mentally, physically, spiritually. They're broke. It's to get them away from you. It's to protect you ultimately. I'll be fine. I can just block and delete. I don't have a problem with that. It's to protect you fully. So keep that in mind. Us as a trading community has to stay strong and avoid all the drama that people get into. I don't. If you notice, I don't engage with it. I don't bother with it. Don't tell me about it. I don't want to know. Again, the beauty of following 10 people, I can't get into their issues. I don't want to. I'm trying to build a school, not get on some petty social media garbage, beef, hate. If someone says something about me, I'll just block and delete. Problem solved. I don't need to talk about it. I am on my own mission. I'm not here to compete. I'm building a school for traders. That's it. That's all I'm doing. I don't want to, who got the biggest Ferrari, the Lamborghini, not the biggest, but what is it? The nicest? Who got the nicest watch, the jewelry, who got the nicest mansion, whatever people are competing with, I don't know. I don't care. You should be the same way. Don't get into this social media. Oh, that's not a real trader. That's a fake trader. That trader's real. That one's fake. Are you making money trading? That should be the only concern. Are you making money trading? Are you working towards being a better trader Monday to Friday? Are you? Where did I leave off? Oh, Sacre Bleu. All right, if I left off here, I guess I'll just read here. If the first plan which you adopt does not work successfully, replace it with a new plan. If this new plan fails to work, replace it in turn with still another, and so on until you find a plan which does work. Right here is the point at which majority of men meet with failure because of their lack of persistence in creating new plans to take the place of which fail. See, now I have a problem with what he said right here. Or maybe not a problem, maybe an edit or an adjustment. How much time are you giving to this plan of yours? How much are you giving to work towards building whatever you're working on? Oh, I gave it a week. I didn't make any money. Oh, this strategy doesn't work. Let me go somewhere else. That's a problem. See, I wish he was a little more specific here, Napoleon Hill, but you must be willing to go all in, every heart and soul, not for a week. Social media, Google, ChatGPT has made society of instant gratification where you think it's going to be given to you immediately when you don't know that it takes years and years of turmoil. Doesn't have to take that long. It doesn't. And that's the beauty of taking courses. There's nothing wrong with courses, by the way. My course is free, daytradeprofessor.com. It's free. Reading books, taking classes. In person, I'm against virtual classes. Stay away from those. Those are the worst. You got to get in a physical class. I can't afford it. Well, God bless you, bro. Go make money and then stack up and then take the classes. That needs to stop about I can't afford it. You lack of abundance mindset, limited mindset person. Stop talking like that. You're better than that. The most intelligent men living cannot succeed in accumulation accumulating money, nor in any other undertaking with I hate when it's always the words that they continue on the other side, without plans which are practical and workable. Just keep this fact in mind and remember, when your plans fail, that temporary defeat is not permanent failure. Oh, I'm going to spend some time on this chapter. I'm going to read that again. This is for my traders. I'm talking to every trader in the trading community watching. This one is for you. I'm going to repeat it and I'm going to go deep into this. The most intelligent man living cannot succeed in accumulating money, nor in any other undertaking without plans which are practical and workable. Let's break down that part. Practical and workable. You've never made $1,000 in a week. Forget it. You've never made $1,000 in a month, but somehow you want to make 20,000 in a day, but I saw that guy on social media do it. He says he made $500,000 that day. Bro, he worked towards getting to that $500,000. It took him years of sacrifice to get to the numbers that you see them posted. And I'm not going into the fact that these numbers are real or not. They're using unregulated brokers. I'm not getting into that. I don't care enough to get into it. Don't care enough. But you need to be in the practical, workable. You need to live in reality. I've done this live. I think it was What is Your Purpose, or one of the lives. I don't remember the title of it. But I said it straight. People are living in false realities, in la la land, in imagination world. You're not living in reality. And it is social media's fault. I'm not going to deny that fact. It is. People flaunting things that it took them years to get. And again, I don't want to get into if the rented houses, rented car. We need to stop getting into semantics, into this nonsensical, minuscule nothingness. None of those things are the point. You should be saying, whoa, how did he get that? That's cool. Okay, he got it through trading? Cool. Let me go learn towards him. You will not see me posting any of the nice things I own because I could care less. The beauty thing about me, I'm a grown man. I'm 36-year-old. Mentally, I'm 65. I'm not here to impress you little kids, you weak-minded people that need to see a shiny object in the air for you to sign up or take anything that I'm selling. The book or my mentorship. I don't need to do it. I don't care enough for you to do it. Plus, I don't want those people anyway. Those are the worst. Because if they can't get a Lamborghini in a week or a month, whatever their artificially inflated ego tells them, then they're going to be like, oh, this is a scam. This doesn't work. That's the first thing they're going to say. That's why I don't even want it. There's a reason why our ancestors throughout history, go back thousands of years, have said, do not tell people of the success you have. Do not show people the nice things you own. And I've studied this heavily of evil eye. Throughout cultures and religions, they call it different terms, but it's ingrained in all of them. It's bizarre. It's not bizarre, it's fascinating. That tells you, just don't show it. The majority of the planet is suffering. And people seeing all these things, they do not get enlightened. They do not get motivated. A small few do. Majority get aggravated, angry, and they become your worst enemy. Which, again, for those people that don't care, God bless. For me, I just don't want the evil eye because then they'll pray for God to take it away from me. And I don't want to be on anyone's hit list, even though me and God are homies. Just keep this fact in mind and remember, when your plans fail, that temporary defeat is not permanent failure. Temporary defeat is not permanent failure. You losing on a few trades? Well, number one, why are you losing on those trades? Have you analyzed what are you doing wrong? Like, what are you doing that's causing you to lose on that trade? You're not hitting sell when you're in the profits. You're not hitting sell at your profit target. You're not hitting sell at your stop loss. You are the plane. Well, I don't know how to hit sell. Well, then you get the damn free course, daytradeprofessor.com. It's right there. The website is literally right there. Don't do www. Just do daytradeprofessor.com. You are to blame for all your problems. What don't you understand? What don't you understand? You are to blame for all your problems when it comes to not hitting sell. Keep that in mind. You are using I underlined this 2 times. Good. That temporary defeat is not permanent failure. A few failures here and there is not defeat. It does not mean the strategy doesn't work. You just have to figure out what is it that's causing that failure. What is it? I got a full chapter that goes over failures. For the new traders watching, if you've never even traded, This book is literally your godsend because it will prevent you from doing the things that will lead to failure because I've already outlined it. And I don't want to hear from people that say, you have to experience the failure to truly embrace it. Bro, what? I don't understand that mindset. Wisdom is learning from those that have already made the mistake so you don't make that mistake. That's what a wise person is. I've made mistakes. My traders have made mistakes and I've quantified it in this book. Broken it down for you. A whole chapter that explains it simply. Boom, daytradeprofessor.com. That's where you can get it. Thomas Edison failed 10,000 times before he perfected the incandescent electric light bulb. That is, he met with temporary defeat 10,000 times before his efforts were crowned with success. Thomas Edison gave us the light bulb. He failed, what did I say? 10,000 times. You haven't even taken 10,000 trades. You haven't even taken 1,000 trades. You haven't even taken 500 trades. I'm talking to new traders. They're just learning a new strategy and already giving up. And you have the audacity to say this strategy doesn't work? 10,000 failures by Edison until you figured it out. When you figure out, well, again, I'm going to talk to those now that take the proper path. If you figure out that, oh, damn, I don't know what to do. I can't keep jumping from YouTube video to YouTube video, influential trader to another influential trader, Forex to crypto, crypto to stocks, stocks back to Forex, and then eventually giving up, going to options, zero DT. You can keep doing that until you get to a breaking point, a wall, and eventually say, I throw my hands in the air. Professor, help. And I'm going to say, did you go to the free course? No. Go to the free course, daytradeprofessor.com. It's free. Go through all of that. Okay, now what? Did you go through all of it? Did it connect? Are you learning? Yep, it helped. Cool. Can I sign up for the mentorship? No. Get the book. Okay, I'm getting the book. I'm reading through it. Okay, how'd you do on the quizzes? Yep, there's quizzes. Almost after every chapter, there's quizzes to test yourself. Virtual quizzes. Oh, I did well. I got 80 marks on a good. Can I take the mentorship? Let's pull up the class. Why are you taking it now? Because I know that you have the sauce. You have the formula. You have a strategy that is connecting with me. That's why I say don't pay me a cent until you can connect with me, where you can see that this makes sense. Then come to me. Then spend the money, get a flight, get the hotel. By the way, for those that are going to book the hotels, make sure you don't book it until you sign up for the mentorship because I have a deal with them to get you guys a discount right by the campus. Right by the campus when we teach in New York. I have a discount where all the students can live together safely and all that stuff and get a deal. Boom. Keep that in mind. So that's the thing you need to understand. What is causing your defeat? That's what you should be doing on this Sunday. That you should be sitting down and seeing what is causing your defeat and how to get to the bottom of that defeat. You can't keep doing the same thing again and again and expecting a different result. As Einstein stated, the definition of insanity. Wake up to this fact. Temporary defeat should only mean one thing. The certain knowledge that there is something wrong with your plan. Boom, Napoleon Hill. You just got to figure out what's wrong with the plan. And majority of the time, you are just lacking something, a piece of the puzzle. Something is missing and you can't figure it out. That's why I say learn candles, levels, multiple time frames. That's it. My book teaches a million things. Well, okay, let me not exaggerate. Not a million things. One strategy, one mentor, one God mindset. One strategy. It has everything that I do. But when you fly to New York, you get the laser approach. You get the laser focus on, bro, I spend a whole day. I spend 8 hours Sunday doing just levels back to back to back. I do them, you do them. Then you practice on your own, and then I check them and I do them again and again and again. Another ticker, stocks. Then we do a crypto. And if somebody wants Forex, I do Forex. Again, the entire Sunday until they can't take it anymore. And then I reward them with cookies and really good food, which I pay for. So, boom. Millions of men go through life in misery and poverty because they lack a sound plan which to accumulate a fortune. The reason why majority of the people are homeless, millions of people are homeless across the planet, mainly we'll talk about America, is because they were lacking a plan, some kind of plan that it didn't work out. Remember, I've said this multiple times. Many of you are living 4 to 5 paychecks away from being homeless. You are living 4 to 5 paychecks away. You need to have a plan to protect yourself from that so it doesn't get to the 4 to 5 paychecks. Where it gets to, it'll take for you to miss 600 paychecks, God forbid, for you to be homeless. That you could not get paid for 600 paychecks. And that will make you get homeless. I want you to get to that level in life where you are that secure, where you don't know what... I don't like talking like this, but I have a driver. I don't know what gas costs. I don't know how much are parking tickets. I don't know how much bananas cost. I don't know how much is the cookies I buy. No, I know that. I think it's like $4 or $5. That I know because it's the whole number. And that usually one of my students, junior, with my assistant goes and gets the cookies and I have to pay him. So I see the receipt, even though I don't care. I just ask him how much is it. So, and also I go eat that damn thing, so I see it. You get to the point where you don't know what your grocery bill is, your electric bill is. You don't know. It doesn't matter. None of that matters. That's the goal where you need to get to, where it becomes you don't know what anything costs because you worked strategically to have multiple sources of income, trading actively, then swing trading actively, then stocks and cryptocurrency. These are multiple paychecks. And then having your investments with dividend stocks. Keep this in mind. No man ever fails until he quits in his own mind. No man ever fails until he quits in his own mind. Until you're not failing in life until you failed and given up here. Once you give up here, it's all over then. This is the issue. You got to stop with that. You have to push through on the hardest days. Unfortunately, people really come and talk to God when all else fails, and that's not how it should be. You should talk to God on a regular basis. As a Muslim, I have to talk to him. It's mandatory. For those non-Muslims, what are you doing? Just have conversations with him every day. Just go talk to him, man. He's always there to listen. The fact will be repeated many times because it is so easy to take the count at the first sign of defeat. You need to learn to turn defeat into victory through new plans. For example, if you are losing in a trade, let's see if you can come up with a scenario. Okay, perfect. You know what? Let's pick a scenario from the book. I said I wasn't going to touch my book because this is about Think and Grow Rich, but I just want to pick a scenario from the book. There's a chapter. I just want to pick a chapter. What's the chapter? By the way, you guys can follow along if you have the book. I said I wasn't going to do it, but I just need one example. Where is it? Guys, we're on chapter 8, Introduction, the 40 most common mistakes traders encounter, page 24. Let's pick one. Okay, 23. Not knowing how to deal with greed. One of the biggest issues is greed. Not knowing how to deal with them. Perfect. Let's do that. How to prevent yourself from failing with that? Understand one thing. Follow that trading plan. Not have a big... Okay, calm down. Fumbling over my words. I get too excited sometimes. See, I opened that book. I got way too excited. Out of water, so that means the life should end soon. You can't control your greed. It gets out of line. Number one, you need to come to the understanding you will never, ever control your greed. It's a part of your human nature, my friend. Number one. Number two, very simple. Trade your plan. Trade your plan. When you hit sell and it keeps going high, let's just use an example with cryptocurrency going long. Just use that example. You hit sell your profit target and it kept going higher. Oh my God, that was your plan. You did not know it was going to go higher. You didn't. We could have gone lower and you would have been satisfied, right? You got your profit. You got your profit and now you move on to the next one and move on to the next one. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. We see men who have accumulated great fortunes, but we often recognize only their triumph, overlooking the temporary defeats which they had to surmount before arriving. I'll say that again because that was too powerful. We see men who have accumulated great fortunes, but we often recognize only their triumph, overlooking the temporary defeats which they had to surmount before arriving. I'm going to use Jeff Bezos as an example. This man, one of the richest men in the world, billionaire. If you go back, praise God, we have videos on his early days with the Amazon.com spray painted cardboard in his office, the multiple lawsuits he's been through, all the drama that he had to go and ask for money from his family. A million things this man went through to become the juggernaut of the man he is. In the 2000s, they had a 2000 bubble. A lot of .coms were wiped out, and his stock. Everyone in not everyone, a lot of people on Wall Street, hedge funds were saying it's overinflated. This is, what the hell is this Amazon books on the and it was overinflated. But Bezos believed in him. He believed in his company. He believed that this thing could grow, and it was books and then CDs, music, kids. A CD is like a shiny little circle thing you put into a player and that plays music. That's what a CD is. CD-ROMs, VHS tapes. He started moving into that, and then later other stuff. But Bezos, we see him as a genius, a stock, amazing, but it wasn't always like that. This man went through hell on earth to be the man he is today. The man he is today. We have to look at the fact that he built resilience over the years. He went through things that would tear apart the common folk, that they could not go through. There were nights where the man Jeff Bezos, couldn't go to sleep because he was worried if Amazon could tomorrow get somewhere. He went years of unprofitability, losing money after money after money. He couldn't go to sleep on so many occasions because he didn't think that the company could make it tomorrow. What new lawsuit is going to show up now to shut him down? But he had perseverance. He pushed through because he saw the bigger picture. You are watching me right now because you know the possibilities on this Sunday. While maybe some of you are in your blanket, rolled in, warm and toasty, watching me right now in bed. Or maybe some of you are dressed up, proper on the couch or the table, watching me on your big TV. You're watching this. I'm talking to those of you that are not my students right now. I'm talking to those of you that have never been to my New York, never got my book. I only sell 2 things. You've never done those things. I'm talking to you for a second. You need to understand that you're watching this because you know there's something here. I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to you that's on the toilet watching me. Get out of there. Don't watch me in there. Let's go. Get out of there. You shouldn't be watching me in there. I'm talking to you. By the way, get those likes up. What are y'all doing? You're watching, get the likes up, get the comments up. You need to be using Bezos as an example. You need to be, we could talk about Elon Musk. He moved that money from his selling of PayPal and he put it into other ventures. That's you taking your profits from one stock, one crypto, and moving it into another one to help that grow. That's what you should be doing. Keep that in mind. Stop worrying about it moving on without you. Your relationships have failed and your partners have moved on without you. And maybe part of you thinks about them. Sure, why not? We're humans. We all do it. But you have to move on, right? It's gone now. There's nothing you can do about it. Another one will come. Another person will come for you. When you wait for a train, when you're running to catch a train, that train is left. You're like, oh my God, for maybe 2 minutes. Like, oh, another one's coming. I'll just have to wait 10, 15 minutes more. Another one will come. Another stock will come. Another crypto will come. Just wait for the next opportunity. The market has infinite opportunities available for you. What don't you understand on this? What don't you understand? The market is not going anywhere. You will be dead, buried, bones gone, and the market will still be making money for somebody else, your bloodline, God willing, your grandkids, the stocks, the crypto you held and transferred over to them. Who knows? Keep that in mind. No follower of this philosophy can reasonably expect to accumulate a fortune without experiencing temporary defeat. You get temporary defeat from what? Signal chats, jumping from influencer to the next influencer, not hitting sell. Those are your defeats. I tell you a million times, get out of these signal chats. Get out of these people giving you random tickers every day and master it for yourself, where you won't need to wait for someone else to tell you what to do. The most bizarre concept I've ever seen. That's why I teach you to be independent, where you never have to wait for me. Never. When defeat comes, accept it as a signal that your plans are not sound. Rebuild those plans and set sail once more toward your coveted goal. If you give up before your goal has been reached, you are a quitter. A quitter never wins, and a winner never quits. You need to understand the bigger picture here. And the bigger picture here is this. You are quitting before you can ever grow. You are quitting before you even let that seed sprout, roots spread out, and then it eventually has a little piece that sprout comes out and you can see the little plant. You're suffocating, you're stepping on, you're killing it before it ever gets the chance to become a massive fruit producing tree. Plant an apple seed, and that apple tree one day in a few years will give you infinite amount of apples. And then from that apple you can take the seeds and plant more and more and more. It's never ending. Keep that in mind. Imagine a reality, if you will, where you stop procrastinating, you decide to take action and execute on everything you've ever wanted to. Imagine a life that you could provide for your family. Maids, they can come and clean so you can have more time with your spouse and your children. A driver one day, by the way, I know that the what do the kids call it? The flex on social media is the Lamborghini, the Ferrari, whatever the freaking Maserati. I don't know the cars. I'm not a car guy. That's a flex, right? To me, that is the stupidest flex of all time. You are still sitting in traffic with the Toyotas, the Hondas, the Kias, I don't know what the cheap cars are. You're sitting in traffic with them. To me, that is literally the same exact thing. You're still sitting there going from same point A to point B, but with just a really loud exhaust. I'm telling you, I'm not flexing. Get yourself a chauffeur. A driver that takes you, picks you up. You don't worry about traffic. You don't worry about parking. You don't worry about the cops. You don't worry about tickets. It runs on you park close, get in, get out, run your ad. It's amazing. Amazing. That is the truest flex when it comes to flexing. I barely post about it. Maybe I'll post me trading in the back of the car. My driver when he takes me everywhere. And I'm not talking about Uber, Lyft. I'm talking about a straight chauffeur who picks me up, drops me off, waits for me. It's the same guy. I've had him. I love him. I've had him for a year. It's been a year now. I've had a driver. It's phenomenal. Because last year, I had the greatest trading of my life. Last year. The amount of money I made was wild. And that was a gift I gave to myself, a chauffeur. Fell in love with it ever since. Never went back. It's the only way I'm going to live from now on. So I have to be A1 in my discipline in trading because I ain't giving up that life. So imagine having what you want and then having more time to do what